Shelley, and I have been given the opportunity from Dr. Baker to be a part of this great thing, this great journey, I should say. And could you tell us a little bit about this that we're going to be doing?
Sure. Maybe I introduce myself a little bit first. My name is Robert Shelley. I am also a veteran. I spent 3 years in the military as a combat medic. Come from a military family myself. Grandfather was in World War II. My dad was served in the Korean War, and so kind of have an affinity for veterans myself, and so this is a great opportunity for us to go and give back to those who we've worked with all these years. As far as veterans are concerned. Anyways, the EE system, which stands for Energy Enhancement System, was developed by Dr. Sandra Michaels. She has been working on this technology for over 30 years at this point, and up until recently wasn't able to release it to the public because of threats to her life, because of what the technology actually can do for people, and potentially threats to the pharmaceutical industry, you might say.
Okay.
Anyways, the system that we're going to be installing here in this facility is a 24-panel system. And it works by two basic principles, one of producing biophotons and the other one is scalar wave frequencies.
Okay.
The biophotons, they are like a unit of energy or a unit of light, and the body uses that as a kind of like an energy source on a cellular level. And the scalar waves, they are designed to kind of neutralize the negative effects that are impacting our body all the time in our environment. The part of the concept, as I understand it, is that let's say 200 years ago we had virtually no electromagnetic frequencies in our environment because, well, we had the sun, we had the Schumann frequency of the planet, and those were very low level. But since the advent of electronics with electricity and those things, the comparison levels of electromagnetic frequencies that we're constantly being immersed in right now is like 1,000,000 times higher than what our ancestors experienced. Hence, it has a tremendous impact on our bodies at a cellular level. And part of this technology, what it does is it neutralizes those effects while in the field so that the body can kind of kickstart its own healing mechanisms. It reduces the burden that the body is under so that it can heal itself.
Okay. So basically, by getting rid of the magnetic fields around us and the light being able to come in, our body itself is healing itself.
Correct.
So,
That's probably very much an oversimplification of the technology.
Yeah,
but without getting
simple, yeah.
Right, without getting down into the nitty-gritty of the physics of it all, that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Okay.
And of course, there's a lot of things that happen on a physiological basis, so that can be challenging to explain to a layman so that they can understand it.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is going to give you a basic understanding of what it can do.
Yeah. People like myself, keeping it simple is always the easiest. And I've tried to explain it to our fellow vets, and I've had a hard time doing that. So I brought you in here to try and help us with that. Now, once we get the panels, this will be the room
Yes,
that
that
we will be doing it in, correct?
is correct.
And the panels are going to be right up here on the walls?
Yes, it is again, this is a 24 panel unit. So the way it's going to be designed is around the perimeter of the entire room, roughly 2 feet from the ceiling, there will be shelves that are going to be installed. And on those shelves will be these, they look like computer monitors, and they'll have like a computer mainframe, what appears to look like it, sitting underneath it. And that'll have a series of colors and different information that will be displayed on each one of those panels. And they're constantly moving, constantly changing, but this is part of the biophoton release and the scalar technology in it as well.
Okay. Now, you talked about the 24 panels. Is that the biggest set of panels that you can get in currently right now? And then is there any other ones that are out there?
Yeah, at this point, the 24 panel unit is the largest that they have in production.
Okay.
Perhaps at a later date they may come out with larger units. We're not aware of that at this point, but we opted to go with the largest one to get the biggest effect for folks. To our knowledge, we're the only ones at this point that are going to be available in Michigan that's available to the public. And we have been down to a smaller facility in Swanton, Ohio, to Jennifer Urban's site, and she has an 8-panel unit, and I think she can accommodate like up to 10 people at a time.
Okay.
Here, because of our floor plan, we're going to try to squeeze in between 35 and 40 people and still try to make it as comfortable as possible. We want to be able to go and make it available to as many people as possible, but still dance that fine line between services available and comfort level for everybody that's currently having the experience.
Absolutely. And these will be the chairs we'll be using.
Mm-hmm.
And how long will we be in this room with the panels and in these chairs? And I'm assuming they recline.
Yes, they go into full recline mode.
Yeah, so how long will we be in here, and what will we be doing? Can we sleep? You know, what will we be doing during that time?
Excellent question. The first offering that we're going to provide for the veterans is a 2-hour session, one in the morning and then another one for the next group in the afternoon. And the idea is to come in, find a comfortable chair, which frankly they're all going to be the same, so hopefully they're all comfortable. We requested some folks, if they want, to bring a small pillow to augment their comfort, and maybe just a throw blanket, depending on what works for folks. And just come in, relax, kick the chair all the way back, and take a nap. The idea with this technology, according to Dr. Michael, is the more relaxed you are, the more in state the body is to heal. And when a person can actually drift into a sleep state and get even down into the theta wave level of a brain wave, that's when the magic starts to happen with the body. That's when the healing begins.
Okay. Now, will 2 hours be a significant amount of time for the body to begin to heal, or will they have to come in here more than that 2 hours to see effects?
It's a great question, because it's kind of individually based. And I say that because depending on what a person's health status is, the beauty of this system is that it does not target any specific disease process for, say, like treatment, like most people are accustomed to in the medical community. I say that because I've been a registered nurse for 26 years now. And so this is a new way of thinking, because this is designed to allow the body to just heal itself, put it in an environment where it can heal itself. And with that being said, Dr. Michael, in her genius, opted not to create this in such a way that it would be listed as a medical device. Therefore, it has control by different governmental regulations and things of that sort. But back to the question about the time frame, it depends on the individual's health status again, and how much they may need to be in it for a couple hours. They may notice amazing things.
Yeah.
And some folks, it may take longer sessions. Generally speaking, it'll probably take multiple sessions, like any other type of, I don't want to call it a therapy,
Yeah.
per se, because now we're getting into medical jargon.
Yes.
But I'm trying to keep a separation from that. But we are going to be offering 2-hour sessions, up to 4-hour sessions, and even on some occasions overnight sessions where people can actually come and sleep in the field for up to 8 hours at a time to get the maximum effect out of it.
Okay.
And
That's
we're
pretty
still,
amazing, yeah.
yeah, we're still working on the how we're going to approach that from a business model, but we're kind of in that early phase yet, of course, because we haven't even got the technology here. But when we first rolled it out at one of the local United We Stand meetings, we had somewhere between 50 and 60 people in attendance, and by the time they heard the about the technology, we gave them an opportunity to go and pre-register for sessions, and by the end of the evening we had over 70 people registered, because people were not only registering themselves, they're registering family members. So we're pretty excited about what we have to offer, and what we can do for not only our people will be coming from all over the state. We've had people from out of state inquiring. We've had people from Canada already calling us wanting to go and schedule sessions.
That's a couple of things you led into, was when will we be receiving the technology, and the other part was, once we do receive that technology, how long will it take for sessions to begin?
It's an excellent question, and I wish I had an answer for that.
Yeah.
Since Dr. Michael and Jason Shurka rolled out their first interview, the response for requests has been overwhelming for them. In the first week alone, they received over 70,000 emails for requests, and they are currently, we have somewhere around over 100 countries around the world that are requesting to have this technology placed in their countries for their people. And so it kind of caught them a little off guard, and so they're diligently working to go and hire more staff, not only for doing the installation but also for the production end of the equipment. Initially, we heard from Michael, who operates the business end of the company, and he said, well, we're probably 2 to 3 weeks out. And one of the last times we heard from him, he says, well, it's probably more like 4 to 8, but that was a little while ago. So we're still keeping our fingers crossed for the first part of August, first week or two in there, but they said they'd give us a 2-week warning,
Okay.
as it were, that we're on their list, and in this time frame we should be able to drop ship the equipment, and then they'll fly in their technical crew to do the installation.
Okay.
And you think, well, why does it need to be a specific crew? And the technology is designed in such a way that each one of these panels is, and they're in equal base pairs, like 8, 16, and whatnot, 24, because each of the panels has a mirror opposite. and those have to be measured within like 1/100th of an inch of accuracy, so that the signals that they're generating will be able to overlap and kind of cancel one another out. So it's some very precision
Yeah.
installation requirements, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got to know what you're doing.
Right, right.
Yeah. So I guess for the veterans out there, we are going to start off with two lists of 40 individuals is what I have been directed to do. So if you're watching this, you're out there, you need to get a hold of myself and get us that, get your information to me so I can start adding them to that list.
Right.
And with your phone number. And I'll give you my information here before we end. But for you, is there any other information that you can think of about the EE that that anybody out there watching should know that I may not have asked you, or at this point that you may think of that you can tell us?
Well, one thing that would be important is after you experience a session of sitting in the field, relaxing, and just experiencing the effects of the technology, it is important to drink plenty of fluids, and we are going to be providing a little salt bath bag, so that a person could take like an Epsom salts bath, which will allow them to kind of pull any toxins that may have been released during the session out of their body, and that will, again, it reduces some of that toxic burden on the body, and it creates more space for the body to heal. And that is really an important component of it as well. But we will be providing some of that as far as that information, the reminders and those type of things, to help people be aware of what to follow up with and those type of things. We're currently building a website, or augmenting our current website for the Embassy of Life Mastery, which is elmastery.org. And that will be a point of contact as well, that folks can check in there and see where we're at, what our status is. We want to be able to keep that updated so that folks kind of know how far out we are. Also on Jason Shirka's site, the unifiedhealing.com, and I think it's spelled UNIFID healing.com. He also has a listing of the different facilities around the country, and some are even in other countries, that are actively providing the service, and those that are up and coming. We are on that coming soon list. So once that changes over, then everybody will know that we're actively
Up and going.
up and running. Yes.
Okay. Now I just thought of something too. You mentioned earlier that when we do have those sessions with veterans, that you are going to have a little extra security to make everybody feel a little more comfortable.
Right.
Could you tell us a little bit about that as well?
Right. With this current setting, we have two doorways, two points of access, and this is, as everybody can see, this is an old church sanctuary. The main access that we kind of will be using for a handicap access at this point is, they say, the front door. That's going to be secured from the inside, and so we can control the traffic flow in and out of the actual room itself. And I'm going to be the one pretty much overseeing who comes and goes for those time frames, and just so people can relax and rest assured that somebody is kind of watching over them, making sure everything's going okay. And only those who are supposed to be in the room are allowed in the room, but people are still free to come and go as they need to.
Yeah. So that makes everybody a little more relaxed, to close their eyes and fall asleep.
Right.
Yeah, us veterans, we get a little bit, antsy.
Absolutely.
Sitting in a room and not knowing anything around us, so.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's a great idea that you and Dr. Baker came up with, so. Glad you guys did that, so.
Yeah, we're trying to accommodate folks as best we can. Most of my nursing career has been in behavioral medicine, so I'm familiar with the different issues that we veterans face.
Yeah.
I also, if I didn't mention this before, I've worked at Vision 11, the VA in Saginaw, for 7.5 years, so I've worked directly with veterans in the past, and obviously I'm a veteran myself, so I kind of do understand those needs. So
Yes.
try to accommodate those as best as possible.
We appreciate that. We appreciate your service.
Thank you.
And,
Likewise.
I think we've covered all our bases, I think. And we thank you, we thank Dr. Baker at Herbs Etc. for giving us this opportunity, and I can't wait for the time in which we actually do get these the system up and running.
Right.
And for veterans out there, you can get a hold of me at 989-418-8797. I need your name and your phone number. That way I can put you on the list. Or you can email me at veteransforusa@yahoo.com. And again, I just need your name and your phone number. So that way when the time comes, I can let you guys know when the sessions will be and the times, so we can get you guys here and begin the healing. So that'll be what I will need from you guys as the veterans to put on the list. Do you have anything else you would like to say, or any more information you'd like to get out to the veterans?
Well, I'd like to thank everyone for their service, and hopefully we can go and give back to you a little bit of what you've given to us. And we just want to make this first day a complimentary day for our veterans as our priority, and then move out to the larger community and see if we can make our community a better place.
Absolutely, and that's another thing we haven't mentioned at all, is that yourself and Dr. Baker are doing this first day, this first session is all free. So it's amazing. So take advantage of this free opportunity to do this. So we go through a lot of pain and a lot of different things out there, that from pills to acupuncture to chiropractor to many different things. I think this is just one more opportunity to try and get healed up. So, and well and beyond anything else we've probably ever done before. So, so yeah, get on that list. So that's it. So thank you guys, and hopefully I'll be hearing from all of you.